Eating disorders are not a lifestyle choice, a cry for help, or a diet gone wrong. They are a serious mental illness. Renee Garing, Kontelj, and Nicole Riddle are all pictures of health. However, they have all come through their own battle with eating disorders. I had an in-depth chat with all three ladies individually. You can find them on our Destination Happiness YouTube channel or podcast. Here's a taste of what you'll find.
Went to the doctors that day and he weighed me and he's like, "You've lost weight, we're going to be admitting you today." And I was just like, "No, like I have all these plans, I'm going to be doing this and no, you're going to be going to hospital." And I was like, "What about school?" He's like, "Well, this is like what's going to happen, like this is what you've done." He's like, "You've had time to lose weight. Yeah, I mean, you've had time to put on weight and you haven't done it." So I just cried and cried and cried, and I just remember going home in the car and saying to my mum, "Please, like I'll eat it." I was like, "I'll eat a quarter pounder, take me to McDonald's, like I promise I'll eat it." And Mum's like, "No," she's like, "You won't, and it's too late, you can't." And I was like, "I will, I'll eat it, I don't want to go." And she was just like, my mum was crying. And then my nana was there when I got home, and I just remember being like, "I want to go for a run." And Mum was like, "You can't go for a run." And my nana was like, Mum said, "You can go for a walk with Nana." And so I was like, my poor Nana, I was like, couldn't walk very fast, and I'm just like power walking away. She's like trying to hold on to me. I just sort of remember how many people I hurt, and at the time I just didn't see any of it. I just thought everyone was being so cruel. It was really breaking everybody's heart.
And I remember in year 6, a girl in my class said to me that I'd never look nice in a dress because of my body shape. And although like through school I actually was quite confident, and I think through actually the asset of being into sport and quite physically capable, that wasn't front of centre in my mind. But I think later on in life, and there was moments and glimpses of that actually eating away and thinking about, well, it's a different thing to what we see and we perceive in the media about looking glamorous and beautiful and how that's portrayed there. But started to put on a little bit of weight and noticed that. And when I arrived at college in America, a friend and I, we bought some scales and we decided that we weren't going to eat the college food and we were going to be healthy and make note of that. And we did, but for me it became more than just worrying about eating well and watching those scales. I actually started to weigh myself more than once a day and noted what I was eating, and as the time at the college went on, that got the amount of food I was getting was less, and the amount of exercise I was doing was increasing. So it wasn't until my captain at the time and another close friend within the netball team sat me down and said, "You no longer can play with us and at this level, playing for a representative side. If you, the way you are, we're worried about you." It wasn't the first time someone had said that, but that was the point where actually something was going to stop if I didn't change the way that I was living.
I just want to say, if you are living with an eating disorder right now, and you might not even recognise it as an eating disorder, but you know that something doesn't feel right. You know you're being controlled by food and exercise, and it's quite consuming for you. You do not have to live like that. You can be free from an eating disorder. And I would encourage you to seek help, because like I said before, the first step to recovery is admitting that something isn't right. And as soon as you're able to do that, you can bring someone in to help you rationalize those thoughts that are saying one thing and start to speak truth and set you free on a better path that will not consume your life and try and drag you down.
For the full-length interviews of Kontelj, Renee Garing and Nicole Riddle, head to our Destination Happiness YouTube channel or podcast.